So starting out this morning in child's pose, and you've got a blanket or a cushion. And so if hips are a little tight or knees aren't wanting to come into child's pose because it's such a deep bend, a deep flexion, put your blanket or blocks or cushion between hips, thighs, and calves. And then when you settle back, you've got that space so that you're not coming into a very deep bend in the knees. Remember, child's pose, hips are going back towards heels. Arms are extended if that works for the shoulders. If you want a deeper stretch, eventually you can walk fingers a little farther away from your torso. Your other option is arms in cactus pose, elbows bent, level with shoulders, or arms alongside the legs. So once you find the child's pose that works for you, you're going to deepen your breath. Here, press lift up. So deepening breath in child's pose, slow and steady. Breath flows in and out. Slowing your breath down, making any micro adjustments that you may need to make this a comfortable, supportive experience. We're starting out in child's pose, Lisa. The other option is knees wide with big toes touching for your child's pose, if you want a deeper opening through the hips. So again, a lot of options for child's pose. Just sort of starting out our practice in a little bit of a unique way in child's pose, breathing in and out through the nose, slowing the breath down. And following breath in and out for 5 more rounds, 5 more rounds of breath here. And at the end of your 5th round of breath, lift your head up, come up out of your child's pose, finding tabletop position. Remember, tabletop, hips are over knees, hands underneath shoulders, or just in front of the shoulders, if that's a little easier for your wrists or shoulders. And we'll inhale, tilt the tailbone, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck it around. 2 more times. Inhale, begin the movement at the base of the spine, tilting tailbone. Abdomen is soft, look to the top of the mat. Tuck it around. I'll take it one more time, inhaling, tilting. Pausing. Exhale, tuck it around. And from this place of the rounded spine, keep that rounded spine and circle your hips around. Circle the hips in one direction. I know we have a very squeaky floor. If you can't hear it, it's kind of amusing. And then it's like a radio show, right? When they have the sound effect. And then reverse the circle. So reversing the circle. All right, and pause it. Open your knees wide and try that again. Circling hips, noticing you get more of an engagement of the hips with the knees wide. And then reverse the circle with knees wide. And back through center, knees parallel. Swish that tail. So tailbone moves left and right. And move your elbows. So elbows bend so that this movement goes all the way up to the spine. As you're letting your tail swish left and right. Make it your own. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Just see if you can feel this movement all up from the lower back to upper back. Maybe even lift your toes and let your toes swing left. And as toes swing in one direction, look in that same direction. And then land those toes down. We'll inhale, knee out to the side, throw it to elbow and then extend. Inhale, knee towards elbow, exhale, extend it behind. Inhale, knee towards elbow, exhale, extend. Inhaling, exhaling, one more time. Good, and land that knee. Other knee circles up towards elbow and then we extend behind us. Inhale and exhale. One more time, circle towards elbow and extend, and then left knee meets right. Keeping the knees just where they are, keeping the hips above knees. So different from child's pose where the hips went back. We're moving into puppy stretch, hips staying over knees, walk hands away from you. Palms walk on the mat. So much so that as arms are extended, your head can drop between your arms. Maybe the forehead even meets the mat. It may not. You can use a block if it doesn't meet the mat. Otherwise, we're focusing on sending breath up and down the spine. This is too much for the shoulders. Lift your head up and just focus on breathing up and down the spine. All right, lifting your head, walk your hands back, and we'll flip onto our backs. So coming onto your backs, legs extended to start. Have your strap nearby. We're not going to use it right away, but we will use it soon. So have it within reach. And again, a strap can be a yoga strap. It can be a belt from your robe. It can be a t-shirt or a jacket. So here we are extended with our legs lying on the mat. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hug right knee to chest. Half wind relieving pose. Circle your ankle in one direction. And then the other direction. All right. Inhale, arms sweep overhead, leg extends. Exhale, hug left knee towards left shoulder. Half wind relieving pose on the other side. And circle that ankle in one direction. And then the other. Inhale, release the knee. Arms sweep overhead, left leg comes off the mat. Exhale, hug right knee towards right shoulder. Inhale, release, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hug left knee towards left shoulder. One more time, either side. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug right knee towards right shoulder. Breathe in here. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug left knee towards left shoulder. Breathe in here. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Leg extends long, pause here for breath. And then find your strap. So we're going to come into half happy baby with the strap helping us. So draw your right knee towards your shoulder, reaching inside the leg. Lift your head up, wrap the strap around the base of the big toes. And now the knee comes out to the side. So right knee out to the right, yes. Knee is bent, yes. And we gently draw that strap closer to us, which brings the knee and the foot just a little closer to the floor. So you want that knee out to the side, bent, yes. Now, if you need to make any modifications because your hip is a little tight or just doesn't feel quite right, find some micro movements, micro adjustments. Right knee is bent out to the side. We've got the strap around the base of the big toes, base of the toes rather. And we're drawing that strap a little closer to us, opening through the right hip. Now, if you're at home and you're not quite sure what you're doing here, you can release the strap and just hold on to the outer edge of your right foot, arms inside the leg. It's a little bit of a deeper stretch. That's why we use the strap at the beginning of our practice. It's a little more gentle stretch and you don't have to reach up with your arm. But if it's not clear to you at home, half happy baby on the right side. 3 breaths. And then come back through center, drawing your foot, your knee to center. Hug that right knee to chest one more time. Maybe a gentle rock left and right. And then extend that leg long and pause. Pause, feeling into right leg. Feeling into left leg. Arms can be in cactus pose or extended above you. Inhale, left knee towards left shoulder. So half happy baby on the left side. So we start hugging knee to chest. And then let that left knee fall to the left a little bit as you find your strap. With arms inside the left leg, wrap the strap around the base of the toes. And now we let that left knee open out to the left. Sole of the foot is facing the ceiling. And we're deepening into the stretch here, yes. You can be holding a strap with both hands. You can hold it just in your left hand. Drawing those toes, the base of the toes, a little closer to you, which actually brings the knee a little closer to the ground, opening through left hip a bit more. Slow, steady breaths here. Three more breaths. And then inhale back through center, strap comes off. Extend left leg long, arms in cactus, or extend it overhead. Breathing. Feet come flat on the mat. So feet parallel, knees and thighs parallel. Hands come up and clasp behind the head. Inhale, lift head and shoulders off the mat, looking directly up at the ceiling. Navel draws to spine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up, directly, looking directly up at the ceiling. Holding here, strengthening abdominals, navel to spine. And lower. Inhale, head and shoulders lift off the mat, elbows stay wide as you look directly up. Imagine drawing hip bones to navel, navel drawing the spine. And lower. Thumbs can press to the back of the neck to support your neck if that's helpful. Inhale, lifting up, breathing here, looking up, elbows wide. Not looking at knees or looking up. Hip bones to navel, navel to spine. And lower. One more time. Inhale, lifting up here, elbows wide. And lower. We'll move to the obliques, the side abdominals. Inhale, lift up, just as we did before. Now right shoulder draws over to the left, back through center, and we lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Left shoulder draws to the right, back through center, and lower down. Inhale, lifting up with head and shoulders. Right shoulder draws to the left, back through center, and then we lower. Inhale, lifting up. Left shoulder draws to the right, back through center, and lower. So you should be feeling it by now in the abdominals. One more time, either side. Inhale, lifting up, focusing on the shoulder. Right shoulder draws to the left, back through center, and lower. So the slower we take it and the more we hold it, then we're working those abdominals just a bit more. Inhale, lift up. Left shoulder draws to the right side, back through center, and lower. And now hug knees to chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. And from here, we'll move into a piriformis stretch, a stretch of that muscle deep in the glutes. So left knee crosses over right, just like you're sitting in a chair, knee to knee. So it's different from ankle on thigh, or knee to knee. Yeah. And either with hands on knees, or shins, or ankles. We inhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale, draw those knees closer to us. And release. So see if you can keep your head on the mat. So that means hands on knees or shins, stay there. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Keep that engagement. Exhale, draw knees closer to you. You should feel this in the left glute. And release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw knees closer to you. Breathing here. And release one more time. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale, draw knees closer to you. Holding here. Feeling into the left glute. And release. Right foot comes onto the mat. Find your strap again. And wrap that strap around the base of the toes. Extending your leg up into the air. So left leg extends long. And hold on to the ends of the strap so that your shoulders and elbows can rest on that. Make some circles of that leg out and around on the left side. And come back through center. Inhale. Exhale, draw those toes a little closer to left shoulder. Feeling into the hamstrings. Inhale, release, leg moves towards straight. Exhale, draw those toes a little closer to you. So we don't want that knee to bend too much. You can have a micro bend on that left knee, but not a deep bend. Because when you have the deep bend, you're not isolating stretch to the hamstrings. Release. Inhale. Exhale. Draw those toes closer to left shoulder. Breathing here. And then strap comes to the side. We're going to come back to working with the hamstrings a little bit. So now come to the other side for shoelace pose. So right knee stacks on top of left, knee to knee, like you're sitting in a chair with crossing your legs. Feet come off the mat, hands come to knees or shins or ankles. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Exhale, draw knees closer to the body, closer to your torso, closer to the chest. And release. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs together. Exhale, draw those knees closer to you. Wherever your hands are, on your shins or knees, doesn't matter. What's important is you're squeezing those inner thighs together, drawing knees closer to you. Release. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw knees closer to you, breathing slow and steady, feeling into the right glute. Squeeze those inner thighs towards one another and release. One more time, inhaling. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs, draw knees towards you. You can even imagine that you're sending breath to the right glutes. And release. Left foot comes to the mat, finding your strap. Wrapping strap around the base of the toes. Shoulders, elbows rest on the mat. So you're holding onto the ends of your strap. And remember, straps are on the base of the toes, not the arch of the foot. And circle that leg out. And back through center. Take a breath in. Remember, leg is moving towards straight. Exhale, draw toes closer to right shoulder. Inhale, release that engagement, that stretch. Exhale, draw knees closer to shoulder. Breathing here. Inhale, release. Exhale. Draw toes closer to shoulder. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Either rocking up or rolling to one side, pressing up. Come to sit. So you can sit on the edge of a block. Okay. So sitting on the edge of your folded blanket or cushion, so you can sit on a block if you like, or roll your mat up to give you a little height. It's not essential. Just a little bit more supportive for the lower back. And open those knees wide. So soles of the feet are together. The way you know how close they should be from your body is press your palms together, arms extended. And when you drop your hands, toes should touch the heels. Yeah, so it's a little different when you're on a block. Try it first off the block. And then you know kind of where you want your feet to be. Extend and down. Yes, you want to move your feet a little farther away, Chris. Yeah, perfectly so. Okay. So we're here in a Baddha Konasana. And let's butterfly those knees. So whether you hold on to the knees or shins or ankles, kind of butterfly those knees up and down, further inviting opening into the lower back and hips. And then legs extend long, finding your strap. First, do a little massage on the back of the legs. I'm looking for something else for you, Chris, because that's really not going to work.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a cushion. Would you like a cushion? Anybody?
Sure.
You are. You're good off the blanket, rather off a cushion to begin so that you can get that massage on the back of the legs. And then we sit up on the edge of the blanket or cushion. So we're on the edge, not the center. That helps us have the pelvis tilting forward slightly and getting a nice curve in the lower back. And then wrap the straps. The strap around the base of your toes, base of the big toe, etc. Good. So a little higher, Chris, on the foot. Yes, 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 yes. So we sit up nice and tall. Exhale, heart reaches forward, and maybe you walk your hands closer to the feet on the strap. Focusing on the heart reaching forward. Now, if you have any knee concerns, put a sock or a blanket or a t-shirt underneath your knee or knees so they're not hyperextended. Or just simply take a little bend of the knees off the floor. And notice with each exhalation, if you're able to reach the heart forward, just maybe an eighth of an inch. A little more each time. Passive stretch, heart is heavy in a good way. Heart reaching forward, feeling into the back. Breathing. One more breath. And inhale, lifting up. Good. Keep the strap around your right foot. And open that right leg out to the side. Draw your left foot inside. Right leg. Yeah. And maybe slide your hand a little closer to foot. And we're going to sweep the left arm up and over in the direction of the right foot. Yes, very nice. Breathing here. And then turn to face the foot. Hold the strap in both hands as heart reaches towards foot. Inhale, lift up out of that forward fold in Janu Shirshasana, and then we'll switch. So now left leg comes out to the side on a diagonal, and if you can, stay on the edge of your blanket or cushion. Wrap that strap around base of the toes on the left side. Hold the strap in your left hand, a little closer to your foot. You sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, inhale, sweeping arm up and over. Nice side stretch while we're in Janu Shirshasana. And then turn to face the foot. You're almost turning your chest to face the foot. You actually are turning your chest to face the foot. And then holding onto the strap with both hands. Heart reaches towards toes. Or you can imagine heart reaching towards knee. Bend that knee if you need to. And place something under it. You can always place your fist underneath it. As heart reaches towards toes. And inhale, lifting up. Legs come wide. Nice and wide, and we're on the front of the sits bone. So rather than leaning back, we roll onto the front of the sits bone with the bones we sit on. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart reaches forward. Pause. Do you feel the stretch in the hip hips, inner thighs, back of your legs, and breathe. Inhale, walk hands close to you, lifting up. Keep legs wide if you like to sit that way, or legs can be crossed. Hands clasped in front of the heart. So clasping hands, weaving those fingers between one another. We inhale. Exhale, palms reach away from us. Inhale, bring those hands back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, scoop out, away, and up overhead. And release, arms come down. Let's do that again. Palms clasped in front of the heart. Inhale. Exhale, scoop away and up. And sweep those arms down. Next time we'll open up into a twist. So here we are. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale. Open up to the left. Gentle twist to the left, rolling the left shoulder back. Maybe looking over left shoulder. Inhale, sweep your arms up, come back to center. And pause, hands clasped in front of the heart. Try it in cross-legged pose. See if you feel that twist any more deeply or prefer it if you care to. Otherwise, keep your legs where they are. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, opening up to the right. Gentle twist. Hand resting on right knee. Right hand behind you, pushing into the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll that shoulder back. And exhale, maybe look over left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come back to the center. Nice. Sweep the arms up. Fingers spread wide. And then close the fingers quickly. Inhale, spread those fingers wide, kind of slowly. Exhale, gentle fist, nice and quick. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, gentle fist. Last time. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Nice. Arms sweep down. Feet sweep around. Hands and knees one more time. This time, nice stretch through the forearms, underneath of the forearms. So, dialing fingertips away from one another. Maybe you can even have those fingertips point towards your knees. So find what works for you. So if you're not able to get them all the way pointing towards the knees, that's okay. Fingertips, that's. And gently hips shift back, deepening into the stretch. And then come forward again. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Take a breath in. Exhale, hips shift back slightly, deepening into the stretch for the forearms. Back. Inhale. Exhale, hips shift back. And come forward. Gently release hand from the mat. Fingertips point to the top of the mat. If down dog is not your jam, come on up to a forward fold. If you do like to come up through downward dog, toes curl under, taking a breath in. Exhale, hips lift up and back. Nice stretch for the lower back. Pedaling your heels. If you came up into your forward fold, knees are bent, pausing there. And look between your hands. If you're in down dog, one foot then the other. Steps, hops forward. Now we all end up in a forward fold. Head heavy, knees bent. We bend our knees to both support the lower back and to isolate the stretch of the lower back. 3 breaths here in your forward. At the end of your 3rd breath, arms sweep behind you, and then we're going to sweep them in front of us, finding chair pose, Uttanasana. So sitting back, weight of the body's in the heels. Arms are out in front of you. Draw your arms into shoulder sockets and then lift the heart. So heart is lifted. We're sitting back. Knees, thighs parallel. Push into the feet. Come up. Arms fully extended overhead. Lifting out of hips. Getting length. Palms come together and pause. Pause here. Finding your breath. Feeling the breath flowing in and out. The arms float down, finding your Tadasana mountain pose. Toes press into the ground, heels press into the ground, outer inner edges of feet press down. Gentle bend in the knees. Hip bones draw towards navel, navel draws towards spine. Gentle opening from the center of the chest through collarbone, shoulders, palms face forward. Breathing. Can you take a soft, steady gaze straight ahead and soften your jaw? Invite softness into your jaw. Sweep the arms in front of you, sit back, Uttanasana again. So feet, weight of the body are in the heels. We're sitting back, heart is lifted, arms drawing into shoulder sockets. So what's really important is that heart lifted, so we're not rounding. Good, come out of it if you need to. One more breath, maybe a little dip down farther and then up. Pause here, reach fingertips up to ceiling, lengthening out of the hips. Palms together. We'll do that again, coming through Tadasana to Utkatasana. So arms come down beside you, palms face forward, finding your mountain pose. Heavy in the feet, heavy through the legs. Hip bones to navel, broad through collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, sitting back, arms sweep forward, heart lifts. Find our chair pose. And pushing into the feet. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Reach those fingertips up to the ceiling. Palms together. And pause. All right, very nice. Finding your straps. So holding the strap in front of you, inhale, strap overhead. So arms are wide, like in the shape of a V. Yes. So we want those arms fully extended. We don't want the arms bent. And step 1 foot away from the other. So you've got a nice wide stance. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, strap moves slightly behind the head and up above the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, working here. Now, if shoulders are tight or there's an injury to the shoulders, go wider on the strap. It's a little more forgiving for the shoulders if you go wider with your hold on the strap. And maybe eventually shoulders feel comfortable enough that that strap comes behind upper back. middle back. So you've got to decide. The shoulder is a very complicated joint. So you don't want to mess around with it if it doesn't feel right. Inhale up overhead. We're going to take a breath in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart reaches forward as we twist with that left hand to the left. So left hand is up and over, opening through left shoulder. Push into your feet. Inhale, come up through center, our strap overhead. Nice. We'll do that again, other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart reaches forward. We come to a little bit of a twist here. Right arm is up and behind us. Fully extended, holding onto the strap. Rolling that right shoulder back. Inhale, push into the feet, come back through center. Left arm is extended up into the air, holding onto the strap. Release it from your right hand. Good. Bend that left elbow, hand comes behind the head. Try to keep that elbow close to the side of your head. As you reach your right hand around, finding the strap, bending the elbow, walking your hand up towards the other hand. So this is a stretch for both the triceps on the left side and your shoulder rolls back on the right side. Breathing here, elbow pointing up towards the sky, close to your head. Good, looking good. Elbow closer to the ear. If you don't have a strap, you can simply have your hand on the elbow, drawing elbow behind you. Another breath here. Inhale, arm straightens, and we switch sides. So I've got the strap in the right hand. Right arm extends up alongside ear. Bend your elbow. Bend your elbow close to the ear. And then we sweep that left arm behind you and walk up the strap with that left hand until you find that sweet spot where you've got a nice roll of the left shoulder back. You've got that right elbow pointing up into the air close to the head, maybe even touching your head. And as you pull down on the strap, you're stretching that tricep a little bit. All right, one more breath here. And release. Strap comes down. So since we've got the feet nice and wide, it's not going to work. Not really. So turn to face the long edge of the mat, please, if you would, just like I am. Facing the long edge of the mat, feet nice and wide. Yeah. And then turn your left toes to face the front of the mat. Left toes turn to face the front. Oh, okay, so yes, to face the short length of the mat. And lift that right heel up, move it away from you. Get a little angle on that foot. Yes. Put hands on hips to start. Bend and straighten that left. And then next time the knee bends, pause just to notice alignment. So we want the knee over the ankle and the knee reaching towards pinky toe. Yes. Lisa, I don't know if you want a wider stance or if you're good where you are, but you do want to focus on that knee reaching towards pinky toe. Sorry, that's okay. Then don't force anything, please. Just keep that in mind. You know, it's an intention. Let the arms float up to shoulder height and then flip the palms so they face behind you. So palms face back. Yeah. So knee is bent, supported by ankle, reaching towards pinky toe, and just do a little pulsing here, pressing the palms back. Good. And pause, pressing palms back. Stay there with those shoulder blades drawing towards one another. Or drop your arms, find your left wrist, roll left shoulder up, back, and down, and draw that left wrist down closer to tailbone, opening through left shoulder. And engage abdominals. Hip bones towards navel, navel draws in. And inhale, exhale, release. The arms float up. Gazing over front middle finger for 3 breaths, warrior 2. Drop your hands, toes point forward, like the long edge of the mat again. Hands on hips and do a little circle in one direction. And then the other. All right, now, right toes turn. So you can stay where you are, and I'll guide you with my words. So right toes turn towards the short edge of the mat. Yeah, and heel should be intersecting arch of the back foot. Lift that back heel up, move it away from you, and then take some bending of that right knee, particularly to check out alignment and warm up that knee. Yes. And knee bends, holding it over the ankle, reaching towards pinky toe on the right foot. Good. Inhale, arms float up to shoulder height. Turn the palms so they face behind you. And do some more of that pulsing. Pulsing of the palms, pressing back. And press those palms back, feel the shoulder blades engage. Stay here, opening through the chest, collarbone, shoulders, or let the arms float down, find your right wrist, roll right shoulder up, back, and down, and draw that wrist closer to tailbone. As you keep the bend in that right knee, reaching towards inhale, exhale, let the arms float up to shoulder height, gazing over front middle finger, arms level with shoulders. And then let the arms float down, toes point to the long edge of the mat again, circling hips in one direction. And then the other. Good. Quick balance work, and then we'll come down for Shavasana. So if you like to step off your mat for balance work, it is more stable. We'll come to tree pose. So left leg will be your supportive leg if you want a chair or a wall near the left side. That will be the side that you get that support, the left side. Right toe balances. Hands start out on hips. Inhale, exhale, open that right knee out to the side, and then bring the foot so the heel touches inside of left leg. Yeah. So this may be your tree pose. Hip bones to navel, navel draws in. Gazing at a drishti, your focal point, straight in front of you or maybe on the floor to help anchor your attention. And maybe your hands float up to prayer position. So again, this can be your tree pose. Or if you're feeling steady, strong in that left leg, toe can float off the mat, heel, sole of the foot pressing inside left leg. Engage those abdominals and maybe you want to grow branches. Nice. Trees do sway in the breeze, so that's okay. If you kind of come out of it, build your tree from the back, from where we started, toe on the ground and then lifting up. With control, palms come together and float down. Then the right foot. Let's feel into that left leg, that strong left leg, and give it a shake.
Other side. So now shifting weight of the body into the right leg. Left toe balances. So if you need support, it's on the right side. Hip bones to navel. Navel draws in. And start out on hips. Inhale. Exhale, knee opens out to the side. Slide your foot so heel presses to the inside of your leg. Find your drishti, your focal point. Where will you gaze? Hands float up to prayer position. Keep those abdominals engaged. Maybe the toe floats off the ground. Sole of the foot pressing inside the leg. Staying here with hands in prayer position, or keep those abdominals engaged. Focusing on your drishti. Your branches. Good. Nice and slow with control. That's great. Those abdominals engaged. And again, with control, we come back. Plant the foot. Shake out right. Well done, everybody. All right. Come on down onto your mat, on your backs. Or take any other posture, any other stretch you want. If you like to do an inversion, a back bend at the end of the class, go for it. Otherwise, you're on your back. Got any kind of back concerns? It's nice to have something under the knees. Whether it's a cushion, want to try the cushion under your knees? Sure. Now that I'm assuming your back is nice. So finishing up the final stretching, if you're there, if you're in Shavasana, deepen your breath. Noticing where head touches the mat. Or whatever it is that's below your head. Noticing where head makes contact. Head gets heavy. Notice where shoulders, upper back touches the mat or whatever's beneath you. Shoulders get heavy. Going into your arms and hands. Making contact with the floor of the mat. Arms and hands get heavy. Feeling into the parts of your middle back and lower back that touch the mat beneath. Middle and lower back get heavy. Feeling into hips and buttocks, touching the mat beneath you. Hips and buttocks get heavy. Feeling legs touching the mat, touching whatever's beneath them. Legs get heavy. Feeling heels. Your feet touching the floor, touching the mat. Heels and feet get heavy. Giving yourself over to gravity. Imagine you're melting into your mat, into the floor. Releasing that which doesn't serve. Begin to deepen your breath. As you breathe in, notice how rib cage lifts and expands. You even notice abdomen expand. Deep, slow breath in. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing movement back to the body. Take a stretch, whether you like to extend arms overhead and or hug knees to chest or anything else. What does your body want right now? Follow that guidance. Wherever you are, hugging knees to chest, rolling to one side, pausing there. Long breath in and out 3 more times. With eyes closed or a soft gaze, slowly press up. Find a comfortable seat, an edge of blanket, cushion, or simply on the mat. Sitting up tall, out of the hips, lifting up out of hips. Hip bones drawing to navel, navel draws in. Follow the breath in and out of the nose. Breath flows in. Breath flows out. Left hand comes to the center of chest, right hand on top of left. Drop your head, bowing to self. Bowing to the light within, that which connects us to all that is.
honoring that connection. And then lifting your head, allow eyes to float open. Be with us today, everybody. Over the airwaves or in person. May you have a lovely Monday. Gratitude for rain. Maybe get some more. And for the cooling temperatures. Cooler. So have a lovely day. Thank you. All right, friends. Goodbye to your hands. I will send the recording this afternoon.
Oh, thank you for that. Of course.
You're welcome.